Hiya guys, welcome back to another video. This is actually my first video of 2019, so a very happy new year to each and every single one of you. I know it's a little bit late, and I haven't just been enjoying myself, taking holidays and that kind of thing. I have been very busy, and that's why there haven't been so many videos lately. But I want to thank you for your patience, and I want to give a shout out as well to all the people who subscribed recently. I've been really encouraged by that, getting the notifications that somebody subscribed. That just makes my day, and I want to assure any of you who are new here that this isn't a dead channel. I am intending on making more videos, it's just getting around to doing it, and getting back into the swing of things, because you really need to, make these videos every week or so in order to get better at it and get used to editing and uploading and stuff like that. It does take a lot more time than it might seem at first glance. But while I was absent, as it were, I did do a couple of trades, and one of them was with, well, first of all, I got a large box full of locks. They were mostly warded locks that were obviously used in some commercial premises, some sort of lockouts or something, and mixed in with them were some nice union padlocks and that kind of stuff. And a few people showed interest. XB Mods from UK Lock Sports, who's a lock collector, I believe it's XB Mods. His name is Jason anyway, so Jason did a trade, and I sent him some unions, and he sent me a whole bunch of locks. I've put most of them away, but there were a couple that I wanted to show you guys because they're very, very special. Like I mentioned, Jason is a lock collector. I think he does a bit of lock picking too, but this is some stuff that he sent me from his collection, and I'm really appreciative of this, Jason. And this is something really special that I'm definitely going to be keeping a hold of, because these are collector's pieces. So these are American lock combination padlocks, and these are just beautiful. They really are. They're so nice. I'll pull them out. They are different. This one here, this is actually the older of them. Look at that beautiful blue dial. And it's got a little bit of damage. I guess this one's maybe been used. And on the back, these have got, well, this is actually a wafer lock. The other one's pin tumbler. I will show it to you. But these are override locks, so I guess you use these in a situation, maybe in a school or a workplace, and the manager can keep hold of the keys, so that if somebody leaves or forgets their combination or something, you can just use a key to override the lock and open it up without having to use any bolt cutters or anything. And I believe these might have standard keys that you can buy. I haven't looked too deeply into that, but I'd be interested to know more if anybody knows more. But these are pretty cool little wafer locks. It's not a normal wafer lock, as it were. It's double-sided, but it's got a really weird keyway, and it means that you have to tension it from the middle. I have picked this one open, but I was interested to see that there is actually, or there are, some indents here, which would suggest that somebody has at some point actually used a key with this. I just found that a bit interesting. Maybe it came with keys, I don't know. But anyway, like I said, Jason, that's greatly appreciated, and they will definitely look very nice in my display cabinet. And here's the other one. I'm not sure which one I prefer, but this one, I think this is maybe a more modern one. It is dead smooth. It is really nice, and it's got a lovely green dial. And on the back, this one's actually a pin tumbler. Now I'm not going to be picking this one because, take a look at that keyway. Now we've all mucked around with, you know, American lock 1100s and 1105s and all those. And American locks generally have pretty restrictive keyways, but this one is like one of those cores that's been compacted, as it were. So we've got big traps down here for a tension wrench, and you'd have to probably work at an angle off this shelf. But as you can see, there's so little room that even my thin picks just aren't going to make it in there. There's just not very much room to work in there. But I just thought that was interesting and I wanted to show you guys. Thank you very much, Jason, for that, and I hope you enjoyed my parcel as much as I've enjoyed yours. And somebody else who I traded with was Talon Pick, I believe, Talon Pick on YouTube. He's Spanish, and I sent him his parcel. I think he was intending on doing an unboxing video. I'm not sure if he's done that yet, but I will personally be interested to see that video, as I've kind of forgotten what I sent him. But I'm really excited to hopefully getting Talon's half, or Carlos's half of the trade. Really looking forward to that. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, to get back into the swing of things, I thought we should pick a stock lock. So we have here, this is a Draper padlock. And you might think, ooh, cheap padlock. Nice and easy to pick, but it's not actually. In fact, it advertises high security with mushroom pin tumblers, and I've never actually seen that on a lock before. I guess they're maybe trying to deter picking attempts, but it certainly doesn't deter me. On the back here we have a part number, and it is a 50mm padlock, and it feels really nice. I mean, I have here, this was another one of the locks that Jason sent. It's a Chubb one, so maybe we'll do a series of 50mm brass padlocks. I've really grown fond of them. They're just, you know, if you ever get the chance and you're going to buy a padlock for using, always go for the bigger size. 50mm is so much heftier than the 40mm, and that's a nice lock that is really difficult to pick. We'll hopefully have some fun with that in a future video. It says it's got hardened shackle, and if we take a look at the keyway, it's pretty nice and open, but that doesn't make it much easier to pick. It's still very difficult to pick, in other words. Here's the keys, pretty good bitting, and this came from Rob Locks. He did a giveaway, and I got this as well as Southard pick set and some other stuff as well. And Rob actually picked this lock in one of his videos out of the packet. I thought that was very impressive, because I was playing with this an awful lot and practicing on it a whole lot, and I really struggled to get this open for the first time. And I should state right away, what you see in this video might not necessarily accurately represent coming across one of these for the first time, because I have picked this so many times. I've been working on it and working on it, because it's quite an addictive lock to pick, I must admit. But nothing abnormal there. It operates beautifully, and pretty nice tolerances for a cheaper lock, as it were. Anyway, enough blethering, let us get to the picking, and we'll see if those mushroom pins come into play. So I'm going to tension from the bottom of the keyway, and we're just going to do this one in hand, because why not? Haven't done that in a while. This might end up disastrously, but we'll see. So I'll just fly in, and I'm pretty used to the binding order, so this should be quite easy. So pin number 1, pin number 3, pin number 2, slight rotation on the core, right to the back, pin number 5, I think that is, pin number 4, pin number 3, 2, and we're open. So apart from that slight turn on the core, I couldn't say that there was really much action of the mushroom pins. Let me just double check the key. It is, yes, it is a 5-pin lock. So, what can I say about this lock? I would quite happily use this myself, you know, and I would quite happily recommend it to anybody else. I don't know how hard the shackle is or any of that, but it is a difficult lock to pick despite what you've seen in this video. Like I said, it's not an accurate representation because I've practiced on this so much, and I've really enjoyed playing with this for the past couple of months. But for those of you who are maybe less familiar with locks, just starting out, you might be interested to know what a mushroom pin is. So I've pulled one out here, out of my collection that is, and I'm going to attempt to show this to you and do a close-up here. So a mushroom pin is a type of security pin. It's not dissimilar to the spool pin, and it kind of works in a similar way, but you'll notice, if I can juggle some stuff around here, you'll notice that this portion here that's been cut down is not the same width all the way along. It's tapered, so this end is wider than that end, and it just means that when you're trying to pick this pin, you can imagine what's going to happen to the core as you try to set the core. It's going to be rotating back and forth, waving about, and it's quite a difficult pin to pick. It's got this tiny little lip there just to add a bit of crunch to the picking. It's a very nice type of security pin, and Abus have used this in their titanium range of locks, and that's mostly why they're so difficult to pick. And what was I going to say? Yeah, I can see how these can be especially effective if you use lots of these in different orientations. So you can imagine as you try to set that pin with a pick, the core is going to be waving back and forth. And in the case of the Abus locks, you go to set one pin and the rest of them drop down and everything. So it's a nice security pin. I don't know why I didn't really feel this coming into play in this lock. I would definitely say that there are security pins in this. How many there are, I'm not sure. What could be the reason why the pins possibly aren't coming into play is that this key doesn't have many low cuts on it. They're mostly kind of medium or high cuts, which possibly means that the pins aren't getting a chance to come into play. Anyway, a really interesting and quite beautiful lock. I've grown so attached to this, and I want to thank Rob Locks for sending it my way. I could recommend the Draper security padlock for use. And well, what else can I say apart from a very big thank you for watching this video. Please do leave your feedback down below, and hopefully we'll manage to get a video out there in less than 2 months. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.